and welcome here to the Averett Sports Network. My name is Eddie Glenn, bringing you women's lacrosse action here in the USAC conference between the Methodist University Monarchs and the Averett University Cougars in women's lacrosse action. Cougars come in 5-4, winning 3 in the USAC, and Methodist 4-4, and a nice 3-1 mark in USA South Conference play. We're going to take a quick break as players get their sticks checked, and then we'll bring you the start of the game, the starters, the national anthem, and the start of the game here at Dally Field at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. And so welcome back after both teams gets their sticks checked and nice and ready to go here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Methodist always poses a good game no matter what sport we're playing. And so now we will be meeting the starters in this USAC conference matchup, again, between the Methodist Monarchs and Averett University Cougars. And Methodist's starters are going to be Number 3, Emily Brennan. Number 6, Sarah Ewan. Number 7, Sam Short. Number 8, Akili Jabalani. Number 10, Erin Sema. Number 11, Kennedy Brogan. Number 9, Mary Kelleher. Number 13, Sydney Bonner. Number 16, Monty Hendricks. Number 22, Kaylin Holland. Number 24 is Madison Ranelli. And number 30, Molly O'Hara, will be in goal. And so now for the starters for your Averett University Cougars. Starting us off will be number 20, Rachel Hale. She's got 5 goals on the year on 15 shots. Elizabeth Peasley is number 24. She's got 37 total goals this year, 6 assists on 72 shots. Zaja Lewis is number 14 with 7 goals and 19 shots. Cassidy Felt plays in the defense with 1 goal. Margaret Bautista has 4 goals on 8 shots. Abby Taylor with 4 goals on 6 attempts. Number 10, Brooke Smith. She's got 1 goal on 4 shots. Alexis Rosia, 22 goals on 37 shots. Caroline Earl, she's got 4 shots and 5 ground balls. Number 7, Rosa Morales, 7 caused turnovers over in the midfield. Number 21, Gabby Porter, 14 goals on 32 shots and 14 ground balls, And number 25, Brianne Sawall in the goal. She's got 78 saves with a 49% save average or save percentage. So Sawall, a really good player in goal for the Cougars, especially with those defensive players she has in front of her. You've got players like Earl and Smith and Lewis and Felt. Makes things a lot easier on you when you don't get players to actually get shots on goal. And when you do, you have someone like Sawall who's really good in the net, moving her stick around, really versatile and really smart when she does get the ball, and not rushing. So now we're going to get the national anthem going, and we're going to get this game underway. both teams say their final words to their coaches before getting onto the turf here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Methodist getting hype. So starting off at the draw is going to be Cassidy Felt going against Monty Hendricks of the Monarchs. And at this moment in time, Elizabeth Peasley does still rank number 2 in the nation in total goals, as well as tied for number 5th in the nation for total points for Division III women's lacrosse. And the Monarchs will win the draw, and this is Hendricks on the run. Hendricks moving well. Makes the cut across midfield. She's going to stay that way, faces Morales, finds a player in the middle of the field, and it looked like Brennan might have had something going. But the Monarchs moving early into attacking position. So with the ball is Bonner. Looking for some help. She finds it in the way of Seema. Seema over to Ranelli. Ranelli looping around, making a move towards goal. And she puts it in the back of the net. Ranelli and the Monarchs on the board in the first just over a minute. Monarchs doing well of winning the draw and getting after it on offense, not giving the Cougars a chance to rest. So that's Madison Ranelli, the senior midfielder. Out of Orlando, Florida. The Cougars march their way back out onto the field. And so the Cougars win it now. And this is Asia Lewis, who does end up losing the ball. And the Monarchs with it. And that's Rosia making a nice interception. And so Rosia's moving now. Had 5 goals in the game against Sweetbriar. And she puts it in the back of the net. The Cougars waste no time, just over 20 seconds to answer here against Methodist. And Rosia, one of our women's basketball players, a starting point guard on our team. Alexis Rosia had 5 goals against Sweetbriar. And all 5 came in the first half. So Rosia is a problem. And she answers back to Methodist's goal. Got to think they went over to coach, and coach was just like, hey, guys, wake up. And the Cougars control the draw. This is Lewis. Moving with the ball. This is Taylor trying to get at it. Ball on the ground. Rosia poking her way through. Or excuse me, that was Smith. Smith showing that she can be shifty. When she gets the ball, she does have speed and moves. So here's goal scoring machine, Elizabeth Peasley. When she gets around the net, she is a danger no matter where she is. Peasley trying to get past her defender. Stymied by Sam Short. Peasley makes a move towards goal, and she puts it in the back of the net. Elizabeth Peasley, her 38th goal on the year. So Elizabeth Peasley with her 38th goal on the year. Her and Rosia combined to make it 2-1 Averett's way. It's Methodist with control of the draw. And this is number 24, Ranelli. Ranelli making a move, sprinting through the middle of the field. And I believe she will be fouled, so she's going to take a step and get a free position look at goal. Ranelli, saved by Sawall. So Sawall's going to take her time here and not try to rush anything. And so here's number 10, Brooke Smith. Pass intercepted there by Ranelli. Ranelli again moving through the middle of the field. So ball will go to Methodist. Methodist moving the ball around. Taking their time, not really rushing anything. Definitely want to make good of all the opportunities they get. And working against Smith was Bonner. And so Bonner is going to get a free position look at goal. So the Cougars work their way out of that. Ranelli with the ball. Ranelli. Ranelli will take a look. Ranelli trying a little dump off pass, trying to catch the Cougars off guard, but couldn't connect. But the Monarchs still with the ball here, so 25-41 remaining, 2-1, the Cougars lead it. Ball's on the ground. And so with it now is number 6, Ewan. Ewan with a nice spin move. And that ball was knocked out, and I believe the play clock or the shot clock will go out, and there is a player on the ground. So we're going to take a quick break as she is attended to. So Brooke Smith able to get up on her own 2 feet and walk off. That's always a good look. In place for her will be Rachel Hale. Or number 8, Margaret Bautista, excuse me. Ball on the ground. Porter was fighting for it, but the Monarchs able to get to it. So on the run is number 16, Hendricks. Hendricks dumps it off to Bonner. So Bonner and Morales have a pretty big collision around the goal. Ranelli on the move. And this is Rosia now. And Rosia on the move. Rosia does have wheels. And she may go the full 100. Rosia, no one's going to step up to pick her up. She gives it off to Peasley. And Peasley can't find the back of the net. And so now the Cougars in attacking position. Looks like the Cougars have to play not necessarily a man down because the Monarchs already had a man down. So it's back even on the field. But for the time being, Haley Boardway is going to have to come off and sit down thanks to Sarah Ewing for just a couple seconds. So the Monarchs with the ball after a clock reset. So moving for the Monarchs, this is number 22, Kaylin Holland. And that was number 13, Sydney Bonner, off the bar. She couldn't find the back of the net. Always a bad feeling when you go off the bar because, just a couple of inches one way or the other, and you're in the back of the net. You put your team on the board, but nevertheless, she goes off the bar, and Sawall with the ball. Pushing and shoving going on the field. Players getting chippy down there. So now the Cougars will play a man down as Ewing makes her way back out onto the field. And so moving is the Monarchs. And almost putting it in was Holland, but Sawall with a good job of altering the shot. Monarchs made a really good run at goal right then. So Broadway back onto the field. Sawall able to get the ball. And it looks like this pass will travel out of bounds. So the Monarchs will pick it back up. Hendricks with the ball. She's got Brennan over to Ewing. And Sawall saves Renelli's shot. Renelli made a good move to get to goal, but Sawall there for the save. And so here's Asia Lewis. Timeout called on the field. We're going to take it here with them. 2-1 to score. Averett out in front. We'll take a quick break and be back here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. So we're back here, 2-1, 2019 left in the game. Averett leads against the Monarchs. And it is Monarch ball. So on the move is Brennan. Brennan makes her way down the sideline and into attacking position. Bonner with the ball back to Brennan. Bonner with the ball. And it looked like she found Ewan in the middle of the field right in front of Sowell, but her shot sails over the goal and out of bounds, so Methodist will retain possession. And Methodist trying the same maneuver there with Sema this time. The pass goes too far. And a goal on the field by Bonner. She puts it in the back of the net, and that ties the game up 2-2 now. And so here's Ranelli with the ball. Ranelli moving. And she found Bonner, and Bonner will get another one. Just like that, within the next 15 seconds, Bonner with another goal to add to her resume. That makes it 3-2 for the Monarchs. And the Cougars are going to have to wake up. They beat Sweetbriar 19-3. In the last game, the Monarchs already have 3 points, or 3 goals rather. So the Cougars are going to have to wake up here and get back to the game that they play best. They're trying to extend their winning streak to 5 after beating Sweetbriar. Methodist coming in on a 3-game losing streak after falling to Meredith 21-5. So the Cougars having to make sure they're not sleeping on the Monarchs here. Make sure they're not coasting. Ranelli trying to go middle of the field, and so here's Rosia, and Rosia's going to turn on the Jets, and she gets bodied there. Rosia catching a strong shoulder for number 16, Monty Hendricks. So Rosia's on the move again. Trying to go right past Hendricks, but she gets fouled again. That ball hit the ground, and it's in the possession of the Monarchs here. They go back over to O'Hara. And so here we go with Brennan, and Brennan on the move now. She does have numbers in Monarchs. And almost finding the back of the goal was Seema. But Sawall there to alter that shot and send it outwards. And so that pass goes over the head of a Monarch. And that would be an offsides call. And then an offsides call on the Cougars. So ball goes back to Methodist after a series of unfortunate events. So the Cougars with it. Let's see if they can make something happen here. And over to Sawall they go. So 3-2 Monarchs lead. 16 minutes left in the first half. And a foul will give the Monarchs the ball back, and the Cougars are right on top of them. So it looks like there was a foul against the Monarchs. And Cougars were trying to put the pressure on, but the foul instead. Trying to go heavy pressure is the Cougars. Ranelli. And Ranelli found Ewan, and Ewan sneaks it into that bottom left corner, right past Sawall. And 4-2 is the score. Cougars trail behind by 2 points. Monarchs out in front with 14:40 to go in the first half. So the Monarchs will control the draw. And the Cougars desperately trying to get the ball so they can get it into the hands of some attacking players and try and make something happen. Peasley hasn't seen the ball in well over 7 minutes. And so here's Rosia now moving down the sideline, and she's going to try and make something happen. Cuts middle of the field. She gets fouled by Ranelli. So over to Gabby Porter. Porter go to Peasley. And Peasley will work her way towards the goal. Peasley making a move. She tries to bounce it and sneak it past the keep, O'Hara, but can't get it to go. So with it for the Cougars now, the board way. She goes back to Peasley. Peasley finding Rosia. Rosia going middle of the field, through the traffic. Shot doesn't go. It will stay Cougar ball. Or she's fouled, excuse me. Six seconds on the clock. Rosia with a free position look. Rosia can't make it happen. So the Monarchs moving now. And foul before they can get anything going on offense. And that would have been a nice pass to Holland if they could have found her. And a hard push there from Brennan. On board way out of bounds. So here's Ranelli with the ball, defended by Morales, excuse me. So this will be Sema with a free position look here for Methodist. Methodist still leads 4-2. Sema. Shot doesn't go, so Sawall with it. This is Boardway. And fouled again, trying to go down the sideline. She finds Morales. Morales, the triathlete here at Averett. Lacrosse, soccer, and cross country, I believe. Morales. Every time you turn around, she's playing a different sport, but it doesn't stop her in the classroom neither. Morales, more than exceptional in the classroom. And Peasley puts it in the back of the net, and it goes. So Peasley's 39th goal on the year. That makes it 4-3. Methodist out in front with 10:02 to go in this first half. So 4-3 Methodist out in front. No one controlling a draw yet. Looks like Methodist had it for a second, and they have it now. And a nice move there from Hendricks. Split her defenders. And that's Sawall with a great save. The Cougars want a turnover that can prove to be costly here. And Sawall able to scoop that ball up. This is Lewis. And she had some open turf in front of her. But she was fouled from behind. And Peasley with another one. Peasley completes the hat trick for the day. And that will mark goal number 40 on the year, 4-4. It's all tied up here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. And Ranelli looked like she was going to make something happen and send something Sawall's way, but Cougars defense able to get back and knock her off track. And a nice pass there from Ewan, trying to find one of her Monarchs in the middle of the field. But here's Rosia running down the middle of the field, and there's no one to stop her. Rosia all alone. And she puts it in the back of the net. 5-4. Alexis Rosia goes to 400. So at the timeout on the field, 5-4, your Cougars lead it. 6:56 left in the first half. So 5-4 is the score. Averett out in front with 6:56 right before the first half. was one too many players on the field for Averett there, but nevertheless, here we go with the draw. And Rosia will control. And trying to pass it, but I believe that was Hendricks. Right there to knock that stick. Ball will go to Averett as that pass goes out of bounds. So here's Abby Taylor. Taylor, a dual sport athlete herself, on that very good women's volleyball team. Who's very good at winning conference championships. Cougars with a turnover, and here's Ranelli. Ranelli make her way back behind the goal. I believe that's Bonner sending her shot towards Sawall, but it goes past the goal. And off the bar is Ranelli. Monarchs moving the ball well in attacking position. Looking to tie or either take the lead here before half. Bonner with it. She's got 2 so far. So here's Rosia after the pressing defense. And she is fouled. So the Monarchs just back where they left from, 5-4, back in attacking position. Cougars didn't make anything happen offensively. That's Bonner, who had it in the middle of the field. Taylor trying to find Rosia. The Monarchs end up with it. And the Cougars come back up with the ball. Under 90 seconds before halftime. And the Monarchs desperately want to keep the ball away from Elizabeth Peasley. And Rosia sneaks it in to the back of the net. I believe it went through O'Hara's legs and into the back of the net. So 6-4, 34 seconds remaining in this first half. Your Cougars lead by 2. So after the Rosia goal, that gives her the hat trick on the day. And a goal from Bonner with 5.6 seconds to go in the half. That makes it 5-6. Cougars out in front. And barring anything miraculous, that'll probably be the score going into half. And I believe that is Bonner's hat trick for the day. So with 5.6 seconds remaining, the score is 6-5. How about that? And the first half will come to an end, 6-5. Cougars out in front at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Rosia and Peasley both with a hat trick. And Bonner with a hat trick for her team, and Ranelli with 2 as well. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here at Daly Field. So we are back 6-5. Cougars lead it 29-49. Cougars lead off of the backs of 2 hat tricks from one from Peasley and one from Rosia. A goal-scoring duo. And so here's Rosia moving now through the middle of the field. So Rosia will get a free position look. And a nice pass from Rosia to find number 14, Zasia Lewis. Zasia Lewis, the freshman out of Greensboro, North Carolina. She went to Southeast Guilford High School. Able to increase her team's lead by one more. 7-5 now. Cougars lead it. And so the Cougars with it, Cassidy Felt. Trying to find Elizabeth Peasley, but couldn't. Nevertheless, this is the Cougars trying to get a hold of the ball. So here's the Cougars with the ball. 7-5, they lead it. This is Ranelli. So it looks like this would be Sarah Ewan who will get a free look. Her shot is no good. They find Ranelli, and Ranelli finds the back of the net. Madison Ranelli, the senior out of Orlando, Florida, with another goal here in this game. 7-6. Cougars lead it. Monarchs trail by just one. 27:05 left in the ball game. And so here's Rosia after getting the ball from Hendricks. I believe that is number 8, Margaret Bautista. Rosia able to grab that ground ball. Now Rosia one-on-one over to Lewis. Lewis looking for options. So Abby Taylor will get a free position look at goal. And Abby Taylor finishes the shot. Eight to 6, 25:36 remaining in the game. Averett leads it here in USAC competition. So 8 to 6, Averett leads it, and they control the draw. And here's Rosia on the move. Rosia Ranelli trailing behind her. So the Cougars in attacking position, moving well. So Elizabeth Peasley with the ball. She did get double teamed. Rosia in a quadruple team situation over there. Rosia turning the corner. It looks like she was fouled. So here's Peasley turning towards goal. And it was saved right as the shot clock expires. So ball will stay with Methodist as they are in their attacking half of the field. 8-6. Cougars lead it. That's Ewan trying to make a move towards goal. Now Sowell with the ball after that save. So a yellow card will be assessed, and that will send Aaron Sema off of the field. And the Monarchs will have to play a woman down. That was the Cougars having a shot at goal. I believe that might have been Boardway. He tried to sneak that one over top of O'Hara. And Boardway taken out. Monarchs trying to make something happen as they're playing a woman up on the field. So Peasley with the ball. And the Monarchs playing double and triple team on Peasley as he makes a move towards goal. Here we go with Rosia moving through the middle of the field. Rosia running past everyone in the defense. Rosia draws the double team, turns the corner, and backs out. She did not like what she saw at all. Ball over to Gabby Porter. Porter finding Taylor. And so Taylor will get a free position look at goal. She scored from here last time. Let's see if she can make the same thing happen. Abby Taylor sends that one over to Peasley. Peasley sends it back middle of the field in front of goal. Doesn't find anyone but Ranelli. And so here's Ranelli running again. Ranelli sends it up to her teammates. Bonner all the way over to Holland. Holland towards goal, and the Monarchs will score with Seema. Monarchs with a great counterattack right there. 8-7 is the score. Seema gets it off of the Holland assist. After a collision at about the 30-yard line, Monarchs have the ball again. Ranelli. Over to Holland. Holland. Middle of the field. Didn't find anyone. Mark still with the ball. 1 point game. And just like that, Holland assist. Sarah Ewing will score. Tie ball game with 16:44 left here at Daly Field. 8-8. So after conceding 2 goals, Averett will call a timeout. Again, 8 apiece, 16:44 remaining here at Frank R. Kimball Stadium. So we return back to action, 8-8. 16:44 remaining after Methodist kicks in 2 straight goals, both off of a Holland assist. Caitlin Holland, a junior from Lorton, Virginia. Zaja Lewis now. Now it's the Cougars having a strong look after turning the corner, but nevertheless, here's Ranelli again. Or excuse me, not Ranelli. Now it's Ranelli, but that was Brennan. Ewan with the ball. Over to Bonner. Bonner not able to make anything of it. Here's Rosia streaking down the sideline. Rosia all alone. Couldn't control the ball. Rosia found herself running into a very good position as no one on defense wanted to pick her up. Here's Methodist trying to make something happen. And nothing going there from Ewan. And she's able to get the possession of the ball back. And Rosia coming off limping, hoping that everything's okay with her. And that was the Monarchs trying to find Holland in the middle of the field. A push called against Holland. Coach Williams not the happiest in the world with that call. Not satisfied at all. So still knotted up at 8 apiece with 11:55 to go. And so here's the Monarchs. Here's Ewing. And Solal able to save it. Able to keep the Monarchs from taking the lead. So here's Ewan with the ball after coming over to Coach Williams and getting a game plan ready. What a Rinelli. Nice spin move to get herself free. So Rinelli will get a free position look. And Rinelli capitalizes and gives the Monarchs the lead here, 9-8. Madison Rinelli. And the Monarchs will lead in this game. 10-19 remaining in this ball game. Monarchs lead it. Nine to 8, Monarchs lead it. And Holland takes a hard shot. So Averett will play now a man down and a point down. Monarchs passing the ball around well. Here's Rinelli. Rinelli will take a free position look now. And she puts it in the back of the net. 10-9. Monarchs lead it. And the Cougars are reeling. 9:57 left. Monarchs lead by 2 points. So Zay Lewis with the ball. Over to Rosia, back in and moving well. That's good to see after she left the field limping. Trying to make something happen for her team. here's Holland running down the field. And another goal from Bonner off of a Holland assist. 11-8, the Monarchs have taken the lead. Cougars trail by 3 points total in the rest of this ball game. 8:48 remaining here at Daly Field. And a timeout will be called by Averett as they do trail by 3 again. 11-8, 8:48 remaining here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. So coming out of the timeout, 11-8, Cougars trail. So here's Methodist trying to make something happen. Trying to increase that big lead that they have. Sawall able to save the ball. And so Rosia, after taking a hard shot, is back up and on her feet. So the Cougars trail by 3. They have to get something going. And here we go with number 20, Rachel Hale. Lewis over to Rosia. Rosia making a move towards goal, and she puts it in the back of the net. Rosia, after taking the hard shot, gets back on offense and gets her team back on the board. 11-9 now, 6:42 remaining. Cougars trail by 2 points. So Methodist, after going a man down and giving up a goal, will take a timeout. Cougars trail 9-11 after the Rosia goal. 6:42 remaining. We'll be back here at Daly Field. .642 remaining, 11-9. Cougars trail after the Rosia goal. So here's the Monarchs trying to add to their lead and get comfortable. Averett definitely trying to cut that down and either want to tie or take the lead. Here's Ewan. So after Sawa was able to save the shot, here's Rosia moving through the middle of the field. No one's going to step up to stop her. Rosia trying to find Peasley. It looks like she was fouled. Again, Rosia going back to Peasley. So Peasley with the ball one-on-one. They do have a defender sagging off for help. So ball goes back to Monarchs as that pass will travel out of bounds. Cougars can make anything happen with giving the ball over to Peasley. And that's in the back of the net for Bonner off of the Ewan assist. So 12-9. Monarchs out in front by 3. 4:18 left here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. Cougars have to get something going quick. Under 4 minutes to go now. Ranelli running Holland, and Holland puts it in the back of the net. And after getting a handful of assists on the day, Holland able to finally get one of her own. She throws it in the back of the net off of the Ranelli assist. 13-9, 3:21 remaining here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium. 13-9. The Methodist Monarchs are out in front in this game. And so Hale Lewis will have to come off the field after a yellow card foul. So the Cougars with a tall task in front of them. Down by 4 with 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. And the Monarchs can drain a whole minute off of the game clock here if they really wanted to, and try and leave the Cougars four goals in just over a minute and a half. Or they could score and put up another goal. That is number 3, Emily Brennan, getting a goal for her team. 14-9 now for the Cougars. Monarchs out in front, and they are excited and happy. 2:18 remaining in this ball game. So here's Zay Lewis as the Cougars look to make something happen. Zay Lewis cuts back middle of the field. Across the face of the goalkeeper. As we inch under 2 minutes. Now the Cougars look to really get active here in scoring goals. That's a foul. Called against Bautista. So Peasley with the ball. Again, they have one guarding and one sagging off for help. Peasley trying her best to split those two defenders, but she will be fouled. So offsetting penalties. There was a push from the Monarchs and offsides from Averett. So ball will remain with Averett. So Peasley with the ball. If you're Averett, this is who you want to see have the ball in their possession. Cougars with it. And they almost find Rosia. 46 seconds on the clock. Carolina Earl with the ball over to Rosia. Under 30 seconds to go. Rosia has to make a move. Rosia free position look. 24.8 on the clock. So the Monarchs with the ball. And the Cougars come back up with it. Taylor able to get onto it. Porter with the ball now. Porter cuts her cross face, but she gets fouled with 4.8 on the clock. And so 14-9, the Monarchs will win the game. Holland, I believe, had 4 assists and 1 goal. Bonner with a hat trick. Ranelli with, I believe, 2 goals as well. Peasley and Rosia both collecting a hat trick each. Taylor adding on. We do have men's lacrosse. Men's lacrosse scheduled to go against Piedmont College. Scheduled start time is at 3 p.m. So we want you to join us in for that as well here at Frank R. Campbell and Daly Field.